Before this video begins, I want you to do something very simple. Look at the time. Yes, right now. What time is it where you live? Is it morning? Is it late at night? Is it the exact hour when your heart feels the heaviest? And tell me, which country are you watching this from? Because here is the truth. Of all the videos you could have scrolled to, of all the voices you could have chosen to listen to, you were brought to this one, at this exact time, from your exact place on Earth. Do you really think that's random? Think about it. Millions of people are awake right now across the world, but you, sitting in your country, at your specific hour, with your tired heart and your restless thoughts, were guided to this message. Why? Why did Allah make you click something that speaks about discomfort at the exact moment your own life has stopped feeling comfortable? Why did this video find you at the same hour your heart has been asking questions you've been too afraid to say out loud? Because maybe, just maybe, Allah is answering you. You see, the time you're watching this matters. Your country matters. Your moment matters. A believer does not arrive at the right message by coincidence. And if you're watching this at a time when your heart is tired, your mind is noisy, and your life feels heavy, then listen to me carefully. This message is not coming to you. It is coming for you. You've been feeling uncomfortable in your old life. Things that once felt right now feel wrong. People who once felt close now feel distant. Plans you once trusted are falling apart. And now, at this very hour, from your country, your room, your state of mind, Allah brought you here, not to scare you, not to confuse you, but to tell you something. Your soul has been whispering for months. You're not meant to stay where you've been stuck. I'm pulling you forward. I'm preparing you for something greater. Pay attention. So stay with me. Don't click away. Because the reason Allah pulled you to this exact video, from your exact country, at this exact time, is because in the next moments, you are going to hear something that will explain every storm inside your heart. Something you were meant to hear. Right now, not earlier, not later. Right now. Your old life is shaking because your new one has already begun. The discomfort you feel is Allah pulling you out of a life that can't hold your blessing. There comes a time in life when the air around you feels different, even if nothing has changed on the outside. You wake up one day, and the room you always felt safe in suddenly feels smaller. The conversations that once made you feel understood now feel empty. The people you used to run to no longer feel like home. Even the routine you lived with for years starts to feel heavy, tiring, and confusing. You sit alone and wonder, why does my life feel so strange? Why does my heart feel uncomfortable in places I once loved? Listen gently. You are not losing your way. You are being moved toward it. This discomfort you feel is not a sign that your life is falling apart. It is a sign that Allah is shifting you, stretching you, and pulling you away from a chapter that can no longer protect your soul or carry the blessing He has prepared for you. Sometimes the blessing Allah wrote for you is bigger than the place you're still standing in, bigger than the circle you're trying to fit into, bigger than the habits you're still holding on to, bigger than the version of yourself you're refusing to outgrow. And because Allah knows this before you see it, He gently removes the comfort from your old life. He makes the conversations feel draining, so you stop giving your heart to people who were never meant to carry it. He makes the places you always loved feel tight, so you realize those walls can't contain your future. He removes the sweetness from your old habits, so you stop holding on to things that keep you small. He allows the life you once understood to stop making sense, not because He wants to confuse you, but because He wants to redirect you. You are not being pushed away. You are being pulled forward. Allah knows that if your old life stayed comfortable, you would never step into the new one. You would settle where you were never meant to stay. You would accept a life that didn't match the soul He placed inside you. So He begins the change with discomfort, A curt message to your heart saying, "You don't belong here anymore. You have outgrown this season. Something greater is waiting for you." It is not punishment. It is preparation. It is protection. It is love from the one who refuses to let you shrink into a life that cannot hold the blessing he is sending. Your soul feels uncomfortable because your destiny is getting closer. Allah lets your heart outgrow people before he removes them from your life. Sometimes the most silent change in your life happens inside your own heart. You don't wake up one morning and suddenly hate people. You don't suddenly stop caring. You don't suddenly outgrow someone you once loved deeply. It happens slowly, quietly, gently. You start noticing that the conversations that once excited you now leave you tired. The jokes that once made you laugh don't feel the same. The presence of certain people no longer brings peace, only heaviness. And you keep asking yourself, why am I changing? Why don't I feel connected the way I used to? What you don't see is that Allah is changing your heart before he changes your life. Allah removes your attachment first, so the separation doesn't destroy you later. He makes your soul lose interest in people who were never meant to walk with you into your future. He makes your eyes open to things you were blind to for years. He makes your heart sensitive to behaviors you used to ignore just to keep the relationship alive. He lets the conversations feel shallow because your soul is ready for depth. He makes the wrong people feel heavy because your heart is ready for peace. He lets their absence feel less painful because your destiny is no longer connected to them. And before you even understand what's happening, your heart has gently detached from what once had a tight grip on you. This is mercy. This is protection. This is Allah saying, if I don't loosen your heart, you will hold on to something that will break you later. So he changes your heart first. So when the person finally leaves, you don't collapse. You simply breathe, accept, and feel the quiet relief of being freed from something that was silently delaying your growth. You thought you were losing people, but you were actually losing the version of yourself that needed them. When Allah wants you to rise, he makes staying the same too painful. There are times when staying where you are starts to hurt more than leaving. You feel stuck. You feel restless. You feel like nothing fits anymore. Not your habits, not your circles, not your old dreams. You try to go back to the person you were, but you can't. You try to enjoy the things you used to love, but they feel empty. You try to force yourself to stay the same, but your soul refuses to shrink again. This is not failure. This is transformation. When Allah wants to elevate you, he cannot allow you to stay in a place that was only designed for your past, not your future. So he makes the old version of your life uncomfortable. He takes the sweetness away from your old ways because they no longer match the person you're becoming. He allows certain friendships to fade because they cannot grow with you. He makes your old dreams feel too small because he is planting bigger ones in your heart. You start feeling emotional for no clear reason. You start wanting more from life, even though you don't know what that more looks like. You start feeling a pull inside your chest, a pull that whispers, you were made for something higher. You hold on to the familiar because it's safe, but Allah removes the comfort from it. So you finally take the step you have feared for years. He knows that if life stayed easy, you would never move. You would stay in a life that could not hold your purpose. You would stay in circles that keep you small. You would stay in habits that drain the potential he placed in you. So Allah allows discomfort to become the push you need, not to break you, to build you, not to punish you, to guide you, not to hurt you, to lift you. And one day, you will look back and realize the moment life became uncomfortable was the moment Allah began raising you to the version of yourself you were always meant to become. The storm in your heart is a sign that Allah is changing your direction. There is a kind of storm that begins inside you long before anything changes outside you. A heaviness that sits in your chest, a quiet ache that follows you even when you're surrounded by people, a feeling that something is shifting, even though you cannot explain what or why. You tell yourself you're just tired. You tell yourself it's just stress. But deep down, something feels different. Like your heart is no longer in the place your body is still trying to survive in. This storm inside you is not a mistake. It is not weakness. It is not emotional confusion. It is guidance. Allah begins many changes in your life by first changing what your heart can tolerate. He removes the peace from paths that have no future. He removes the comfort from places that cannot protect your soul. He removes the attachment from people who would only bring pain to the version of you that's coming. The uneasiness you feel is Allah saying, you're not meant to stay here. Your soul is ready for another direction. So He places a restlessness inside you to push you away from what drains you and pull you toward what will heal you. You may not understand why your heart feels heavy, why your thoughts feel loud, why everything feels different, even though nothing has changed. But trust this, your soul hears things your ears cannot yet understand. It senses what Allah is preparing you for. It feels the shift before your eyes see the sign. It knows when a season of your life is ending, even when you're still holding on. And that storm you feel inside, that confusion, that tightness, that ache, is actually your heart gathering the courage to leave a chapter Allah has already closed. One day soon, the heaviness will make sense, and you will whisper, Ya Allah, thank you for pulling me away before my soul broke in a place it didn't belong. Allah breaks what you cling to when it starts blocking your growth. There are things in your life you hold on to because you think you cannot live without them. A relationship you begged Allah to save. A dream you believed was your purpose. A plan you built your identity around. A place that holds memories that shaped you. You hold these things tight because they feel familiar, because they once brought comfort, because you fear who you will be without them. But sometimes the very thing you're refusing to release is what is quietly limiting your growth. Allah sees this long before you do. He sees how that relationship is dimming your light. He sees how that dream is no longer aligned with your future. He sees how that place keeps you tied to a version of yourself that you were never meant to stay in. And when Allah knows you will not let go on your own, He allows the things you cling to break apart, not to hurt you, not to punish you, but to protect you from a future where your soul would collapse under the weight of something that was never meant for you. He lets the relationship fall apart so your heart can finally breathe. He closes the door on your old dream so a better one can enter your life. He pulls you away from familiar places so you can walk into the environments that match your purpose, not your past. You feel heartbroken at first. You feel angry. You feel confused. You feel like Allah took something from you. But with time, you realize what you lost was never truly yours. It was only borrowed for a chapter. It was only meant to teach you something, not to stay with you forever. Allah does not remove anything from your life, unless keeping it would cost you your peace, your growth, or your destiny. So when something breaks that you tried so hard to hold together, trust that Allah saw cracks you couldn't see. Trust that He heard conversations you didn't hear. Trust that He felt shifts in hearts that your eyes were not ready to notice. And trust this most of all: better things only fall into place when the wrong things finally fall apart. One day soon, you will look back at the thing you begged Allah to protect, and you will whisper with full clarity, Ya Allah, thank you for taking it away. It was blocking the person you were trying to help me become. When Allah makes everything uncomfortable, it means your new life has already begun. There comes a moment when everything in your life begins to shift at the same time. Not just one thing, but everything. The people you once felt close to start drifting away. The plans you held on to begin to fall apart. Your desires change, Your priorities change. Even the way your heart reacts to small things changes. It feels like your entire world is moving, even though you are standing still. And you sit there thinking, what is happening to me? Why do I feel like my life is being undone? But you are not being undone. You are being rebuilt. When Allah wants to bring you into a new life, He does not ask your old life for permission. He simply begins the transformation. He quietly removes what cannot follow you. He slowly closes doors that would have trapped you. He pulls you away from people who would have dimmed your growth. It changes your heart so deeply that you no longer recognize the old version of yourself. This is not loss. This is transition. You are walking through the space between who you were and who you are becoming. This is the in-between season, the place where Allah strips away everything that was too small for the future. He has written for you, and yes, it feels uncomfortable. Yes, it feels lonely. Yes, it feels like you're walking in the dark. But look closer. Your old life is not falling apart. It is falling away. Every piece that is leaving is making space for something more aligned with your soul. Every person that is drifting is creating room for someone who will honor your heart. Every closed door is opening a path you would have never chosen on your own. Allah is not taking anything that belongs in your future. He is only removing what would have harmed you in ways you don't yet understand. You may feel like you're losing everything, but in reality, you are losing nothing except what was blocking your blessing. Sometimes Allah makes everything uncomfortable because He knows you would never move. If life stayed soft and easy, so He shakes your comfort. He disturbs your routine. He makes your heart restless. He removes your desire for the life you once begged Him for. Not to break you, but to wake you. Not to weaken you, but to strengthen you. Not to punish you, but to prepare you. You are not being abandoned. You are being repositioned. You are not being rejected. You are being redirected. You are not falling apart. You are being lifted out of a chapter that cannot carry the weight of the blessings coming your way. And one day, very soon, you will look back at this season with tears of awe and whisper, Ya Allah, this discomfort was not the end of my story. It was the doorway to the life you wrote for me. There is a moment in every believer's journey where the silence becomes louder than any noise around them, where the emptiness inside feels heavier than the world outside, where the path ahead is unclear and the path behind is no longer an option. This is the moment Allah begins rewriting your destiny in ways you cannot see. You start feeling disconnected from your old self. You don't enjoy the same things anymore. You don't respond the same way. You don't find comfort in the same people. You don't feel safe in places that once felt like home. Your soul begins to whisper, this is not who I am anymore. And even though it scares you, a part of you knows it's true. Because sometimes Allah brings you to a place where the only thing you can rely on is Him. He takes away the familiar so you can discover your purpose. He removes the noise so you can finally hear your heart. He pulls you away from the world so your spirit can breathe again. This stripping, this shaking, this shifting is not the destruction of your life. It is the polishing of your soul. You are being removed from a chapter that would have suffocated the future inside you. Your heart is being prepared for a blessing that your old life could never contain. You may feel lonely in this phase, but you are not alone. Every believer who was chosen by Allah for something greater walked through this exact moment, a moment where everything felt uncertain, yet their hearts still beat with a quiet hope that something beautiful was coming. And that hope was never a lie, because Allah never takes you out of a chapter without having a better one prepared. He never removes something from your hands without placing something more meaningful in your life. He never empties your heart except to fill it with something purer. What you're feeling right now, the pressure, the confusion, the restlessness, is actually your soul growing, stretching, rising. It is becoming too big for the life you're still living. When a seed grows, it breaks the shell that once protected it. If you didn't know better, you would think the seed was being destroyed. But that breaking is not the end of the seed. It is the beginning of the tree. You too are breaking out of a shell that can no longer contain who Allah is shaping you to be. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it's confusing. Yes, it feels like your life is stopping. But in reality, this is where your life finally starts. Allah is not delaying you. He is positioning you. Allah is not hiding things from you. He is hiding you until the right moment. Allah is not weakening you. He is training your heart for a future you can't see yet. And one day, not years from now, but sooner than you expect, you will step into a moment that makes you whisper, "Now I understand. Now I see why everything had to change. Now I know why Allah made my old life uncomfortable. Because if He didn't, you would have never walked into the life that was written with your name on it, long before you were even born. If you made it all the way to this moment, it means something inside you has awakened. Something in these words reached a place you've been protecting for a long time. Maybe this whole time you thought you were falling apart. But the truth is, you were finally falling into place. Everything that felt heavy, every moment that felt strange, every door that closed, every person that drifted away, none of it was random. Allah was rearranging your life in ways your eyes couldn't understand yet. And now, your heart knows why it hurt. Your soul knows why it felt restless. Your mind knows why nothing felt the same. You were changing. You were being lifted. You were being guided out of a life that could not carry the blessing Allah wrote with your name on it. So as you leave this video, carry this truth gently. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are being moved. You are being prepared. You are being held by the One who never lets go. The discomfort you feel is the doorway to your next chapter. Let it humble you. Let it soften you. Let it bring you closer to the One who never leaves you alone in the dark. And when the nights feel heavy again, when your heart starts to ache, when your thoughts feel loud, remember what you heard here today. Allah is not breaking your life. Allah is breaking the walls around the life He wants to give you. So breathe, rest, trust the storyteller of your destiny, because the chapter that is coming will make every tear make sense. And one day soon, you will look back at this discomfort and whisper with a full heart, "Ya Allah, you were guiding me the whole time."